Hi, Kristen. Welcome back and welcome to your How Do They Feel About You reading. So in your description, you've asked about two separate love interests. We know of Adam the Gemini and Kevin the Virgo, and we're going to get some information on each of those individuals. So the way that we're going to structure this reading is for the first 10 minutes, we're going to be looking into Adam's energy. For the first 5 minutes of that, we're going to be looking, directly at his energy, kind of what's going on with this person. And then for the second part of the reading, for the second 5 minutes of Adam, we're going to look at his kind of feelings, intentions towards you specifically. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing for Kevin in the second 10 minutes of the reading. Okay. So first and foremost, we're looking at Adam's overall energy. What is Adam's overall energy? What's going on that you need to know about Adam, particularly as a romantic interest? His overall energy here. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Star. What is going on with Adam and his overall energy that you need to be aware of? We have the Page of Swords. Kristen, what do you need to be aware of regarding Adam's overall energy? And we have the Queen of Swords. Interesting. Okay. And for the overall energy, we have the Two of Wands. Okay. I was kind of getting this feeling intuitively. Let's see if we can't focus just a little bit more. Focus is a bit off, eh? So what I'm getting here, it feels like intuitively this person is kind of going through a transitionary period, where maybe they're trying to figure out what it is that they want for the long term. It could be in terms of relationship. It could be in terms of a job, because we have this Queen of Pentacles here. But it feels like with the Two of Wands, this is kind of two very distinct paths that are going to affect the future very much. And so it's kind of choosing between two paths laid ahead of you. Do I want to drop everything and pursue this career? Do I want to start focusing on having a family? Because we have the Queen of Pentacles here as well. So this talks about long-term commitments. So with the Two of Wands here and the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles is kind of this energy of like weighing options. Okay. So with the Two of Pentacles energy here, it feels like this person is kind of in this space of figuring it out what exactly this person is aiming for. What exactly is Adam aiming for in the long term? And right next to that, we have the Star, which is kind of like a fresh start or a clean slate. So a lot of times when we're faced with this kind of choice or decision making regarding our long-term future, it sometimes means that an old chapter of our life has come to an end. But it doesn't look like a lot of that old energy is still hanging around here. It feels like whatever this is, whatever chapter that Adam has closed here, that's over with, that's done. And now this is a new start, a fresh start. And it feels like with the Queen of Swords and the Page of Swords here, it feels like Adam is using logic and rationality to kind of help guide those decisions. Okay. So how this pertains to a potential future romantic partnership is, particularly in this moment right now, if this person is in between options, like say they're considering going back to school, but they're also considering focusing on finding a partner and having a family and all of that kind of stuff. They're in the process right now of deciding which they want to put their energy towards. Okay. And so that could mean getting involved with this person could look like maybe inconsistencies, maybe someone who isn't 100% sure. because they're in this kind of gray area within their own life. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they won't get involved with you. On the contrary, especially if considering a relationship is something this person is open to, they very well could get involved with you, right? But then maybe down the line they change their mind. With this Two of Wands, they're in that decision-making process. So that's just, it feels like that's information that Spirit wants you to be aware of right now. With the Page of Swords, the Page of Swords is kind of this little experimenter, right? So he's trying out different things. He's finding out what he likes and what he doesn't like. And so I feel like that's just information that Spirit wants you to keep in mind. If you are also maybe trying things out and dating and wanting to explore that aspect of your desires, then this may be a good fit. If you are looking for someone that's absolutely sure, no hesitations, no qualms, no nothing, this may not be the direction that you want to head in, because this person looks like they are kind of just trying to make some decisions. You know what I mean? And they're not 100% sure about anything right now. So I want to get present moment intentions, feelings and intentions towards you. All of my cards just fell on the floor. Okay, give me 1 second. So we have the King of Cups here. Adam's feelings and intentions towards you, Kristen. We have the Nine of Swords. We have the Moon. That's that uncertainty. We have the Sun. High Priestess, okay? And underneath the deck, we have Justice. Okay, so I want to start off and say, I feel like this person has good intentions towards you, okay? With the Justice being the overall energy here, I feel like justice is about doing what's right and doing what's fair. And so I feel like this person maybe knows, especially with the Moon energy here. The Moon is this energy of uncertainty, of things being in the dark, not having the whole path illuminated for you yet. We're unsure. Then we have this High Priestess energy here as well, which is a very mysterious energy. Okay. And it can kind of feel like, first of all, I mean, look at this card and the Moon are highly related. Yes, both in meaning, but also, I mean, look at all of the water, right? And the Moon energy here as well. This is very much a period of Adam trying to listen to his intuition, trying to get quiet, trying to know where his intuition is guiding him, okay? And so because of that, the High Priestess, like I said, is very mysterious energy. So it could be that Adam may be trying to keep his cards close to his chest in regards of how he feels towards you, because we have the Sun coming in between these two cards. The Sun is very, very positive energy. And we have the King of Cups here as well. I do feel like this person is very attracted to you, okay? I feel like Adam is... with the Sun energy here, I feel like this is someone who really lights up when they're around you. He really enjoys your company with the Sun energy here. This is just a very, very positive card. You may be like lighten the day, lighten his day whenever you spend time with him. With the King of Cups energy here as well, it feels like the potential for a future relationship here is definitely felt by Adam, okay? Definitely felt, like viscerally felt. But we have that Sun energy here, but it's coming up in between the Moon and the High Priestess, these two very uncertain, mysterious, kind of cloudy energies. So it feels like he's maybe trying to conceal the level of joy and the level of excitement and happiness that he feels towards you, because even if he does feel that, it doesn't mean that he's going to choose to be in a committed partnership right now. And that is him trying to, I feel like, do what is right by you and do what is fair and not involve himself with you if that is not what his intentions actually are. And while he's trying to figure out what his intentions are, he's kind of, like I said, kind of covering those feelings. We have the 9 of Swords here as well. This is a lot of stress, a lot of worry, a lot of anxiety. And I feel like with the Queen of Pentacles here, it could be that this is a very mutual attraction between the two of you, that you both feel it. Maybe it's really undeniable. And yet this person is still in this gray area of decision making. And because of that, they could be stressing out right now, thinking like, well, I don't want to miss out on this opportunity with this person, but I don't know if it's the right time for me. And I don't want to get, Kristen's hopes up if that's not what I'm going for, but I do really enjoy her company. Like, that's kind of just that 9 of Swords energy. There's a lot of overthinking, but I feel like there's a lot of overthinking in general right now for Adam because he's in this kind of gray area space. Okay, so that's what we have for Adam. We're going to clear this away. We're going to do a quick shuffle. We'll put those on top. We'll put these on the bottom. And then we're going to dive into Kevin's energy. What's going on with Kevin? Oh. I'm going to see Kevin's Kevin's overall energy, what you need to know when considering pursuing a romantic relationship with Kevin. Kristen, what do we need to know? All right, so we've got both halves shuffled up. There we go. All right. One at a time, please. Kevin, what energy do we need to know about of yours? We have the Ace of Wands. I have the King of Swords. Kevin. I have the Five of Wands. We have the Page of Pentacles. Kevin, what energy do we need to know about right now? We have the Ace of Swords. Okay, and underneath the deck for the overall energy here, we have the Three of Swords. Interesting. So what's going on with Kevin? Let's see here. I want to get one for this. What is this Five of Wands? The Eight of Cups. Okay. So what is this Three of Swords here? All right. So this also looks like Kevin is in a bit of a transitionary point. But it feels like Kevin has a lot more kind of clarity around his situation. Okay, so we have the Three of Swords as the overall energy here. This is a very painful energy, okay? And we have the Ace of Swords here. This is a breakthrough, clarity, understanding. The King of Swords is another card of absolute clarity, understanding what's going on, kind of just a sharpness. Do you know what I mean? Like finally things click into place. Finally things make sense. And then we have the Ace of Wands here, which is this kind of fiery energy. So what this feels like to me, especially with this Five of Wands and this Eight of Cups here, it feels like Kevin has spent, like for his overall energy, and the Seven of Cups here as well, it feels like there has been a lot of time Kevin has spent in one particular scenario or situation. Maybe it's a relationship, or maybe it was a job, or what have you, okay? But it feels like Kevin has been in a place where he has been unsure, uncertain what to do, conflicted, torn. Do I go this way? Do I go this way? Is this good for me? Is this not good for me? Is this something that I should continue to pursue? It feels like it could be a relationship here because this Three of Swords is showing up as the overall energy. It does feel emotional in nature. I will say that, where kind of maybe the heart was holding on for a long time, but something didn't feel right. Something felt off. Something felt, wrong. And we're kind of in that middle spot, conflicted, like, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know what the best option is. And then eventually Kevin has walked away, right? And that's what we're seeing here. Like the clarity is struck. Kevin has left the situation that he's been kind of torn and conflicted about for so long. And it feels like now there is still a bit of pain left over. So that old energy is still present here with that Three of Swords. Like I can't ignore that. But also it feels like there's kind of been like a breath of new life into him as well. With this Ace of Wands, this Ace of Swords, the King of Wands, the Page of Pentacles. It's like things feel new. Things feel possible, things feel alive, the energy feels fresh, it feels positive. So yeah, there's still a little bit of hurt here, but it feels good. You know what I mean? It's like that. It's like, it does feel like when we break up with someone that we've been wanting to break up with for a long time, and we just feel like, yeah, a little bit sad, but mostly just, just relieved, so fresh, and the world just feels open with opportunities. And now, like, we can do anything that we want. So now let's get into Kevin's feelings and intentions towards you, Kristen. We have the Death card. We have Judgment. These are powerful energies we're starting off with. We have the Six of Swords. Kevin's feelings and intentions towards you. I like that. We have the Ace of Cups. The King of Pentacles, my goodness. And then underneath the deck here, we have the Devil. What are you doing here? What are you doing here, Devil? I'm going to get one on actually why this Devil energy is... Oh, 5 cards fall out at once. Just one, please. Why is the Devil energy here? Why, are we crooked? Why is the Devil energy here? We have the Eight of Wands. Okay. I will say that when Kevin is spending time with you, or when Kevin considers you, it does feel like we have the Ace of Cups here. So this is a new opportunity in love, okay? So that has to be said, along with all of these aces up here as well. This kind of breath of fresh air, this new energy, this new life that we're feeling, that Kevin's feeling. He feels it towards you in terms of the possibility or the potential of a new relationship, okay? I will say that. I also feel like with Death and the Judgment energies being the two really powerful energies showing up at the front here, it feels like this is an opportunity for him to maybe approach relationship in a different way, to completely transform, to completely change with Death and the Judgment card here. And with the Six of Swords here, it's kind of moving away from unstable patterns that he has maybe had in the past. And then when he's spending time with you, it feels like this is a perfect opportunity to try out some healthy patterns moving forward, and take a chance on this. We have the King of Pentacles here as well, which is long-term commitment, long-term relationship. Okay, so that's definitely most certainly on Kevin's mind. At the same time, we have the Devil here as the overall energy, and we can't ignore that. So with the Devil energy here, this is kind of a temptation for Kevin to, with the Eight of Wands here, maybe rush into things. Okay, so maybe this is a habit that Kevin has had in the past where he has rushed maybe from one relationship to the next. And as we can see up here, like I said, it doesn't have to be a relationship, but it does feel emotional in nature that Kevin has just left one old situation behind, and now he's considering the potential of being with you, and it feels nice, but at the same time, I feel like there is a temptation to kind of rush in, and it does feel like that's something that he's being very conscious of right now and not wanting to just rush into something new so that he can forget about the last thing. It feels like this is, like I said, with Death and Judgment here, really an opportunity for him to approach this in a different way, in a different manner, where he's taking his time. Things are moving very, very slowly, but happily. This does feel like there is a lot of really healthy potential here. But it just feels like Spirit is saying this is maybe something that you want to watch out for pursuing a connection with this person is, it's a really good thing that Kevin is attempting to transform and change some negative ways of behaving, particularly in relationships. That's amazing. At the same time, these are some tendencies, right? Is maybe a bit of a rushed energy and maybe feeling a bit like the relationship will solve the problems, that kind of thing. Excuse me. So it feels like Spirit is wanting you to be aware of that. But otherwise, the energy here does look good. I want to get a little bit more. Why is the Death card here? We have the Page of Wands, and this one came out as well. And we have the Star in the reverse. So with the Page of Wands, this is a new opportunity here that he's excited to pursue, okay? But with the Death card, like I said, this is an ending and a new beginning, a transformation. And so with the Star here, this is also a new beginning, a fresh start, right? But it's in the reverse here. So it's like he's presented with this opportunity to start over and start fresh, but it feels like there's a bit of a pullback on that because he's being very conscious and intentional, which is a really good sign. So I'm going to get one for this Judgment energy, and that'll be our last card. Judgment is also about a transformation. We have the Two of Swords. I'm going to get this one as well. And we have the Seven of Swords. Judgment is also about a transformation when we're at the end of one journey and we're trying to decide if we want to carry on these patterns of behavior into the next phase of our life, or if we want to leave them and start behaving in a new way. The Seven of Swords is kind of like this Devil energy where it's this kind of temptation to fall back into old patterns here. And the Two of Swords is the kind of struggle that we're experiencing as we navigate through, okay, I'm presented with a new opportunity. I really want to go for it, but I don't want to make the same mistakes as I just did. And so the Two of Wands is kind of compromising with yourself on certain things. Well, I want to reach out. I want to ask out this person. It could very well be that Kevin is considering maybe coming towards you. That's definitely an Eight of Wands energy, talking to you, reaching out, saying something. But at the same time, at the same time, it feels like he's holding himself back a little bit so as to take things very slow, to not rush in. And this is new territory, so it's going to be a little bit not difficult, but it'll be a little bit uncharted territory. And so maybe things seem a little bit awkward at first. Maybe it seems like he's not super into it, but it feels like it's just because he's trying to maintain this balance that he's never had before. okay? But it does feel like he's open and ready. It's just a matter of approaching this with a different energy than he's approached things in the past, okay? All right, so that is all that I have for you, Kristen, on Adam and Kevin. I really hope that this was helpful for you. Please feel free to let me know. And other than that, thank you so, so much. And I hope to be reading for you again very soon. Okay, bye.